The boys are back in town. Boys are back in town.
Apologies to everyone for the usual late B, but
What can you do, man? What can you do? How you doing, mate?
I'm all right, man. I'm good. I'm a bit tired. I had my day off today.
Got a Egypt kit on?
Yeah, man.
Oh, you got a back, Mamouche?
Fucking bro, I'm 43.
Hey, don't do a Rory Jennings on us, bro.
Nah, I wear football shirts, yeah, but a name on the back's mad. I can't lie.
I got that one with the Mamouche on the back.
Have you?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not 43. You can do that.
It's nice. It's a nice kit, isn't it? Is that the same one that I've got? Is that the one with the pharaoh on it? Like the fucking mummies or whatever they're called? Yeah, I think so. I think that is.
Do you mean
yeah. Nah, I've got a different one then. The one that I've got's got like, are they called pharaohs?
Yeah. Yeah,
it's got one of them in the middle, man. It looks sick. I can't lie. It's actually like a proper nice kit, man. It's well nice. I got Mamouche on the back. He might not be here next year though.
Yeah, I don't know if he will be as well.
Yeah. But yeah, big up to everybody in the building, man. Do me a favor, smash the likes. Make sure you guys are hyping up the stream. Subscribe to the channel, all that jazz, man. Yeah, big up, man. I've not spoken to you since we won the trophy. What are you saying? Like, we won a trophy, mate.
Yeah, man. That was a big trophy, yeah, for me. It's not right. So the trophy's not big, but the winning of that trophy, for two reasons, right? Firstly, there was just the fact that them fuckers needed humbling again. But the problem is, they're always going to need humbling. It's just Arsenal. Like, you beat them, they're still going to be loud. Like, give them a week or two, they'll be loud again. But like, it was the first final I didn't go to. I booked tickets to take my daughter to a podcast down in London at Christmas, and it happened to be on the same day, so I couldn't go. But I was on the train down to London with loads of Arsenal fans, right? And I spoke to 5 different groups of Arsenal fans, not saying I was a City fan, and with my accent, no one can guess I'm a City fan. And I started off saying, "Are you boys nervous?" And all of them, "Why would we be nervous? These lot of shit." Now, I can tell you every cup final I've ever gone into, I've been nervous for. Watford was nervous. Yeah. Crystal Palace, nervous. Man United, both times recently, nervous. You're always nervous going into a cup final. It's just the arrogance of they're like, no, why would we be nervous? It's like, well, I could give you countless reasons why, as an Arsenal fan, in a cup final, you should be fucking nervous. But with them lot, so of course, getting one over Arsenal, that felt good. But it was more than that, yeah. It was... for me, right, I feel like after the last 2 seasons, we needed that massively.
Yeah, we did. We needed.
It's almost.
And after the last 2 weeks, we fucking needed it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but for me, it was kind of like amongst our fan base, there's definitely a bit of concern. Yeah, that you know what, have we had our day? And now are we going to slowly drop off and stop winning trophies? And to go in a final against a team that apparently is going to win everything, beat them, dominate them, and it just reminds you we're not going anywhere. Like this season, last season, they haven't been the best seasons, but we're not going anywhere. Like, and I really do believe, like when you look at it, yeah, Pep won the Carabao Cup with his group of players back in his second season, and then we went on to do what we did, right? This is a new group of players, and they've already tasted what a trophy tastes like, right? Arsenal are fucking 6 years in, and this squad's still waiting to taste that trophy.
Yeah, no, I agree with everything you're saying, man. I think having all these new players in the squad, you know what I mean, that haven't won anything with this club. I mean, some of the players have won trophies elsewhere, like Donnarumma and stuff. Yeah, but a lot of these players haven't won anything, and they've not won anything at City. So to get that trophy across the line, again, it helps build that winning mentality, and it just builds a little bit more confidence, like you say, in the fans, because now the fans, I can only speak for myself, but as a fan, I'm now thinking to myself, these boys do have it. All right, there's been problems at times this season, blah, blah, blah. We spoke about it a lot, but fundamentally, they are good players, and now it's just a case of, I've spoke about this yesterday with the boys on the podcast. I said it's just a case of just getting those extra couple players in the summer Daps, finishing off the squad rebuild and then go again. But for me, I think that performance, mate, was it was just a very accomplished performance.
Yeah, it was. It was a mature performance as well.
It was. I don't know if you've seen Rodri's comments, man, but Rodri's come out since after the game and said, like, we need to win trophies. I'm here to win trophies. And,
Yeah.
Hopefully the guy signs a contract, man. But yeah, it was, as you say, mate, we needed it after the last 18 months. We needed it after the last 2 weeks, man. And how did you actually feel like during the game? Because obviously going into it, I don't know how you felt, but I was obviously quite...
I was nervous. I
was nervous. I wasn't going into it feeling great just because of the back we got. But I felt like the game, it sort of went the first 20 minutes, they obviously come out, they were the better side first 20 minutes. They had a lot of the ball. But yet again, it was very similar to the game at the Emirates where they have a lot of the ball. You start flapping, and then after 5-10 minutes, you go, oh, they're actually not doing anything.
Yeah.
And that's exactly, and I remember it because I go back to the watch along. Yeah, maybe I'll find the clip. There was a moment, in that watch along back in when we played them at the Emirates, right? And they had the ball, they were dominating possession, but it was like 30 minutes in, and we couldn't get a kick of it. And I'm here going, oh my God, we can't get the fucking ball, man. We're getting absolutely cooked. And then 2 minutes goes by, and then you start to settle down and go, hang on a minute. They've got the ball, but they're not doing anything with it. They don't actually create chances.
Sideways passing. Someone said to me that they felt like it was almost like in the first half, maybe at half-time, Pep said to him, look, you've seen this lot can't damage you. So now go and fucking put it on them because we've let them, we've given them a chance. And I don't know. I think fucking hell, it's absolutely. If you could see what's going on outside right now, literally 2 minutes ago, it was like sun was out. Yeah, now it's hailing.
Yeah, we've just had hail and snow.
What the fuck is going on? But yeah, it was men versus boys. To be honest with you, it was just a very accomplished performance. There's a few moments where I saw Rodri going over and embracing O'Reilly, right, and that to me was like acceptance, you know what I mean, from the big man Rodri, that he's realised O'Reilly is the real deal, man. Fucking bro, can I ask you a quick, who's your player of the season at this point?
It would probably be, it's either Nunes or O'Reilly.
It is, isn't it? It's mad, bro.
It's Nunes or O'Reilly, I think.
Yeah. I think it could end up being Nunes that wins it, and O'Reilly gets young player of the season. But it's fucking mad, bro. But that, I would agree with you. It's one of them two. I think he's been unreal. But do you still want a replacement of Nunes, or do you just want backup? Backup. Yeah.
I see some people saying to me on Twitter, we don't need a right back. I say, you're a fucking idiot, mate. The 2 or 3 games he got injured and he wasn't in the squad. We lost all of the game.
We need someone that
he's so important to the way we play. When people say we don't need a right back, I'm saying we do need a right back. We need someone to be a backup, because if he gets injured, we lose. Yeah. Didn't play against United, lost. Didn't play against Bodo, lost. Yeah, I swear down, man. I don't know why people are saying this to me online.
Yeah, I was more
and I did say we need a backup. I said we need a backup.
Yeah. It's just when you look at the Nunes story,
mint story, man.
Fucking is because he come into City. The first season he was at City, he hardly played. Yeah. Second season, he gets put out as left winger, does all right, gets some fucking assists, and then gets dropped. And then gets told, he's not good enough to play in midfield, and then gets thrown in at right back, right? And he's fucking just kept going. And now it's to the point where, for me, he is probably the best crosser of the ball at the club, right? As far as for finding the forwards, he's probably the best crosser of the ball. But now it's when you watch him. I mean, that performance on Sunday, he's fucking tucking in. He's making a back three. He's playing all. He's covering the back post defensively. He's now looking good. I think
he's actually, you know what? He's actually pretty good at defending the back post, isn't he?
He is. Yeah.
I mean, and that was something that Kyle Walker and Rico Lewis were actually both not very great at, to be honest with you. But Nunes is actually pretty solid at that. I mean, Nunes is just a great all-round right back. He's good. Yeah, he's 1v1 defending. Even last year in the Bozo part of the year, the first 6 months when he was Bozo in it, he was still pretty good 1v1 defending. It was just sort of like, the bozo moments.
Bozo moments with back passes and that. But it's just the fact that he's fucking at no point has he just complained, thrown the towel in, said, fuck this, I'm going back to be, I'll go back to Portugal or whatever. He's kept his head down. I do think probably like Bernardo, Ruben Diaz have probably helped him a bit, like to say, listen, just stay and fucking keep your head up and you'll get there. But now he is literally one of the most important players. And for anyone that ever says, who has Pep actually ever improved? Well, you just have to look at our fullbacks this season and there's your answer.
Mm.
And O'Reilly, man, O'Reilly's just unbelievable footballer.
I think we missed him in those couple of games, but he got that. I always say he got that knock at Leeds, and then he missed a game, and then he come back, and he wasn't. You could tell he wasn't right. You could tell he wasn't right, and I think in those. Let me get the games actually that he missed. But I feel in those games that he missed / come back, and he was still injured. You know what? I think we missed. So he got injured at Leeds, right? Didn't play Forest. We drew. Then he played the West Ham game, but you could tell he wasn't fit, and we drew that game as well. So I think the last 2 Premier League games, I mean, before that, he scored 2 against Newcastle, 1 against Fulham. So it was really crucial. I actually think that injury to Nico O'Reilly's proper screwed us over. Now, you can talk about the fact, why didn't Pep put Nico Gonzalez in there? Get that? Yeah, that's a fair comment. And, play Cherki, etc., etc. But on the Nico O'Reilly point, I do think we missed him in those. And it's only 2 games, but I think we really, really missed him. Because you know what he does as well, Daps, yeah? He's got this, people that might not want to hear it, right? But he's got the Scott McTominay box crashing ability. The way that he box crashes, but he's better. I think he's better all around football.
On with it,
He's a better all around footballer than McTominay, But one thing that, like, credit where credit's due to this guy, One thing that Scott McTominay was very, very good at was crashing the penalty area and getting on the end of things. And O'Reilly's very similar like that, but O'Reilly's better on the ball, and I think he's got a better football intelligence, all that kind of shit.
Yeah.
He's got a little bit more, tech about his game. But he's very good. I mean, you go through the season, mate. Yeah, he scored 8 goals and 5 assists for Manchester City this season. Can you believe that?
Who O'Reilly? Yeah,
O'Reilly, man.
Yeah, the assist surprised me, because I mean he is popping up with goals, but I can't really remember his assists, so that surprises me a bit. I just, what it is with him as well. Yeah, it is 100% the physicality of him.
Yeah,
because I was kind of speaking on Foden last night, right? And I feel like Foden at the moment is in a really, like, what is his role at Manchester City position? Like, I don't know what Foden's role is anymore. And I think when Foden started to play a bit deeper, you could see in some games that he was controlling games. I mean, the Everton game's a great example for me, that he totally controlled that game. I think it was it a 2-0 win over Everton? But I feel like
2-0 win. Yeah,
I feel like the issue with Foden when he plays in a kind of 8 role is that defensively, Foden, I don't believe is very good at all. I don't think he knows what he's doing defensively, and I think also that I think his physicality doesn't help as well. Whereas when you put O'Reilly in that, he's got the physicality. And I've always thought Foden's a bit, if I said to someone, how's Foden? They'd say, he, maybe he's about 21, still needs to grow out a bit more and bulk up. Yeah. And it's like, but that's not going to happen. He's never going to bulk up. That's just Foden. Whereas O'Reilly, you look at him and it's like, he's got that physicality to do the 8 role.
Yeah, he's got the power.
And I really, at this point, like, I said it last season that I worry about Foden, and it's kind of back to people, like, when you see people saying, now next season he's going to come good, it's like, but we said that last season.
Yeah, I know. It's like, you're just hoping at this point. There's nothing like, what I mean? It's 2 years now. It's 2 years. Foden. I don't know what's going on there. I mean, he's still not signed a contract. He's got a year left on his contract. Still not signed it. You would have imagined that He's been fit. He's been fit. He's not had any injuries. So
So
there's obviously something's going on with the contract there because he's still not signed a deal. It's not like Rodri, where he's at the end of he's coming towards the end and he's like, he might want to be thinking about going back to Spain. Yeah, there's no reason for Foden not to sign that contract. So what I don't know, maybe City have pulled the contract or lowered the offer, and he's not really waiting on it.
Lowered it. I reckon they probably would have lowered it. They should have.
I think what they need to do, is just say to him, listen, mate, we can't give you 300k a week right now. If you don't understand why, then you're a fucking idiot. What we're going to do is hold the contract, go into next season. You prove to us for 4 months, August, September, October, November, that you're back. You're cooking for 4 months, not 1 month, not 2 months, 4 months. Yeah. Christmas present, we'll give you the 300k a week. We'll say Foden's back. Yeah. If not, I don't know. We have a awkward conversation.
And the thing is, for me, like, of course, we always wanted and expected that Foden would never leave the club, right? But I'm sure Man United fans also at one point thought Rashford would never leave fucking United and that Trent would never leave Liverpool. Now, Rashford, I think, is a good example, which you could kind of compare it to, that sometimes, and I'm not saying now, but I'm saying at some point it might be that not just for City, but also for the good of Phil Foden, maybe he does need to part ways. Now, we've seen before him talk about mental health, and my big concern last season was that when mental health really hits you, it changes you as a person forever, right? And you have to learn how to deal with it and how to not beat it, just how to control it. And I was kind of like, we may never see the same Phil Foden because, and then when you look at that, sometimes maybe, and I'm not saying this summer, but maybe a move abroad to a less physical league, right, might suit Foden, maybe. And more importantly, to him as a human being, a different country and a fresh start, might be. I think after next season, if next season he's not significantly better and more consistent, then you have to be thinking, I mean, maybe a loan move. Maybe someone said a loan move away. I don't know, but
he's got 1 year left on his deal, isn't it? So you loan him for the last. Do you mean loan him next season?
Yeah, you're right. If maybe the season after. I don't know. It's just at the moment, like he's not near for me. I mean, still, the mad thing is, I saw you a couple of weeks ago. You tweeted about Foden, and you basically you pretty much were saying we really need Foden back to his best. Like,
yeah, we do,
and I agree with you that a good Foden. A consistent Foden, can be the fucking. That is the difference. A consistent Foden, we win the league, because his goals, all of a sudden, Sunderland, we might beat them. There's multiple games that we've drawn that you'd look at and go, if we had the Foden of the four-peat season, we win that game.
We win the league.
Yeah, and we win the league. So I totally hear what you're saying. It's just, for me, I'm very sceptical to if we're ever going to see Foden back. If I'm being honest with you.
Well, I think that when it's 2 years down the line, I think you have to be skeptical. It's not 3 months and people are going, oh, he's washed. The standard Twitter or YouTube chat. He's washed. He's finished.
Baller. I think it's more than that. I really do think, unfortunately, the guy it's like the guy's lost his confidence massively. And sometimes with, like I said, when you lose your confidence and it's to do with mental health, getting it back is difficult, man. It's very fucking difficult. Yeah. It's more than football. With him, I do believe it's more than football. It's a mental thing in his head. And let
me ask you a question on the World Cup then. So do you think it's better for him to go to the World Cup, or do you think it's better for him to not be in the squad? Or do you think he should go and just not play? Like, what do you think would be better for Foden than to try and get him back to it? Because I personally, bro, think that he shouldn't go to the World Cup.
I think Foden going to the World Cup can only make him worse. Because, do you know what? I actually think Tuchel's maybe quite a good manager. So Tuchel might manage it better than Southgate did. But Foden will become a scapegoat, and all the eyes of rivals and the media on him, I can't see how it bears well. Like, yeah, it's Foden's never really performed that well for England, and it's always when the whole team's not performing, there's so much noise about, oh, look at Foden once again not performing. I wouldn't, for me, I wouldn't go. But the mad thing is, you deep it, Foden, Saka, and Cole Palmer, they've all been shit this season.
I know, it's weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
Very, very strange how they're all just dropped off. Yeah, no, I don't want him to go. I don't want him to go as well, Daps, yeah, because I kind of want there to be no excuses next year, mate. You know what I mean? I kind of want to be in a situation where next year, where my mind is clear, and like if he's crap after, say we start next season, yeah, and he doesn't go to the World Cup, right? So he's had all that time off. He's had 8 weeks off, 2 months off, whatever it is, yeah, that you have off, yeah. And then he's crap, August crap, September crap, October crap, November crap. Then I can just be like, yo, this guy might be finished. Yeah. And then I know, and I'm not, there's nothing I can do then as like, I can't go, oh, well, maybe because he's just tired because of the World Cup, maybe this, maybe that, like, because it still kind of feels like we're trying to make excuses to protect him, which I get, and I'm doing as well, because he's our lad, isn't he? You know what I mean? He's a City fan, he's from Manchester, so like, this is why. But if he doesn't go to the World Cup, yeah, and then next season he comes back and doesn't cook, then it's kind of like, he might just be done, boys. You know what I mean? And we've had 5 great years out of him.
And we have to. I think because our go-to is always to talk about the 4-peat season. Yeah, but why? Because he was our best player that season. Yeah, but we have to remember, like, that's not is not a one-off season. Before that, every season he's fucking contributed significantly at this football club, right?
Yeah.
Of course, there's like during those seasons, we had Prime De Bruyne, we've had Yaya, we've had David Silva, we've had Gundogan, we've had Bernardo Silva, we've had Mahrez, we've had a lot of other players that have contributed, but Foden's still been important in all of those teams. Like he's cooked for us. Like even I can't remember when it was. It's probably like 2018 or 2019 or something when he got started against Tottenham in a game that we needed to win out of nowhere, right? When he was still young and scored the winner. Like Foden has fucking cooked for us. But at the moment, he's nowhere near my starting 11. Like nowhere fucking near my starting 11.
I'd rather Reinders playing than me. Swear down. I'd rather Reinders be playing it. Yeah, listen, hopefully you can get back on it. And really sort of like, you know, grab it next year and fucking go for it, man. Because I obviously I pulled up the tweet that he was on about then. I do think we've massively missed him. I think if we have an informed Foden, we win the league this year.
We do. Because there's so many draws you look at and go, for fuck's sake, and that's what Foden was good at that season, that 4-peat season. He was the one that was scoring clutch goals to win us games, right? When we were thinking, I remember, I think Brentford was one example where we were away at Brentford, and I was thinking, oh, these lot are quite difficult to break down. Foden just pops up and scored. I think he scored a brace. For me, if we had Foden, I do think we win the league. Or if we had a prime Foden, we win this league. And I hope to God, by the way, that he does get back. But I said it last summer. Like, this isn't just about is Foden a good footballer. It's about finding a way to, and it's kind of a bit like Dele Alli. It's finding a way to deal with fucking this like mental health thing, and it's not. You may never be the same person. I did see someone say Foden's passing shit. Now, no, it isn't at all. Like Foden's passing is not shit at all. I don't think it's. I mean, it's not prime Kevin De Bruyne. When people like he's
a shooter, isn't he? He's a shooter. He's a shooter. He's always been a shooter. He's always been a shooter, man. Like that's what we're just talking about. Clutch goals. We're talking about goals against Real Madrid, goals against PSG, goal against West Ham last game of the season. Like, that's what he's about. Goals. It's about clutch goals. He's a shooter, and that's why I don't like him playing deep. I don't want him playing deep. Get him up the fucking pitch, man, on the edge of the penalty area. Where I like him playing is inside right, because I like him picking up the ball inside right, letting the ball roll across his body and then shoot. But inside left, he played inside left in the 4-peat year. Great, he was unbelievable. I just want him up the pitch. Like I want him up the pitch in a central-ish position. You know what I mean? That's it. Not really bothered where else.
Changing the subject, right?
Let me do these super chats before you change the subject. I smash these likes up as well, people. Hit the like button, man. 400 people locked in. Let's get the likes up. Make sure you guys are subbed up to the channel as well. Big up Steve says, big up guys. Big up to you, bro. Hope you're good, man. We got Omar says, Daps, thanks for having me on last week. Boys, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not getting carried away. We won 2-1 at Anfield and didn't kick on. I need consistency.
Yeah, that is spot on. That's where I think, like right now, where if people are like, oh, you know what, we could still win this league. It's like, no, I can't, because Arsenal might. So I've always said we're beating Arsenal at the Etihad, right?
Yeah.
The weekends just confirmed it even more, right? And I do think we win our game in hand, right? But then I know we've got Everton away, we've got Chelsea away, we've got Bournemouth away, and I still need to see a level of consistency. It's great. Like a big pundit said at the weekend, in fact, it wasn't it was Robbie. That's who it was. It was Robbie after the game on Sunday said, look, we all know that if the best Arsenal turn up, we beat City. And I thought, I disagree. I think the best Arsenal this season, the best City this season, City are better. I think Arsenal have been more consistent. Yeah, I don't think they're better than us. I
also think our low performances are a lot worse than their lows.
Yeah, agreed.
Their low performances are not that low because they don't concede goals.
Yeah.
But when we're shit, we are shit. When we're bad, we can be. There's been a lot of games this season where we've been coming off the game, we've done a watch along. You know what I mean? You've been at the game, whatever, and we've talked about it, and we're like, oh my God, how bad were we today?
Yeah.
Whereas like Arsenal, when they're bad, they're just dry.
Yeah, they're just boring in
it. Like they don't really concede too many, but it's just like they don't really create. Maybe they get beat 1-0 or they draw 0-0 or 1-1 or something like that. But like when we're bad, we can be fucking bad. And that's the difference. And that's what you're talking about, consistency. Arsenal are more consistent than us. But yeah, I probably go with that 100%. And that's why they're going to win the league, though, Daps.
100% consistency wins you a league, yeah?
Yeah.
Being the better team wins you one-off games. And that's where, I mean, listen, City could prove me wrong. We could win every game till the end of the season now. But I'm still, like, the weekend was great. It's shown me what we can do. But I still can't sit here and say, that's it now. We're now going to... You know, the amount of times I've heard City are just clicking into gear at the right time. And it's like, yeah, but we click out of gear within seconds as well. So,
yeah, no, exactly. No, I think you're spot on there. Big ol' Omar again says, also can never forgive Pep for ever dropping Cherki. Yeah, that's another one. Maybe things could have been different if he would have played Cherki in those games. Yeah, now I think going forward now, there can be no reason not to play Cherki, Omar. Like, there's just no reason. Especially when we don't have creative players, especially when you don't have Foden who can score your goals as well. Now, big up to you, bro. Big up Pitbull as well. Says, I agree with you, LB. Khusanov is a generational player. I think I speak for every City fan when I say that I absolutely love him. Much love, lads. Yeah, he is. He is, man. He is. I've been saying it on the streams, man. They're clipping me up and shit, putting it all over the socials. You know what I mean? They're laughing at me. They're laughing at us, Pitbull. Yeah. But time will prove the truth, man. Yeah, time will prove the truth.
I said last night I was on True City TV, and I said the minute we signed him, I remember I was at the airport in Paris, went and fucking watched a few clips and fell in love with that kid straight away.
Yeah, me too.
The guy is just, and I don't know what it is. Like, someone else said it. It makes me enjoy watching defending. Yeah, like bro. I've never really liked Vinicius. I fucking hate Vinicius now because of that yellow card Khusanov got. Yeah, you fucking diving prick. Because Khusanov got a yellow card when he didn't touch his face and goes down holding his face.
Yeah,
I take things against Khusanov personally, like a personal attack. Yeah, and I just think he's like, the mad thing is, LB, I saw what you were saying the other day with Nobbins about the great thing is we don't need to rush. Yeah, but the mad thing is this season we have had to rush things because of injuries, and he's looked mint. Like, if you actually go back, and even at the start of the season, the Brighton game, we're 1-0 up, Khusanov's on the pitch, we're looking solid. He comes off, we concede 2 goals, right? Same against Arsenal. I do not believe Arsenal score that 93rd minute equaliser if Khusanov was on the pitch. The Martinelli goal. I think Khusanov's just fucking, his ceiling is just so high, man.
The ceiling is the best centre back in world football. That's the truth. Now, will he get there? I don't know. I'm backing it. I'm saying he is. Yeah, but nobody can watch him. He needs to watch him more than once. Watch him a couple of, and not tell me that there is a potentially unbelievable centre back right there. Because what does he not have? Tell me something that he lacks. He's good on the ball. He's good in the air. He's fast. He's physical.
He's learning
he's starting to dribble the ball out like John Stones now as well. You see that into his game the last couple of months. So you tell me something that he's not good at.
And that's what I mean. That the fact that for me, it's how quickly he's learning, right?
Yeah.
That you can see, like even with Ake, you can see with Ake, it doesn't matter who you partner him up with, yeah. You can see that he listens to them, right? And
big up Aaron, just quickly. Big up Aaron, man, for the 5 bomb. Appreciate it, bro. W's in the chat, man. W's in the chat for Aaron. Big up for the 5, bro. Appreciate it. Yeah, sorry, bro.
And even with the players as well, you can see how much all the players love him as well.
Yeah, because they know he's fucking mint. That's why.
Yeah, and bro, like in the final, he was marking Gabriel on all the corners.
Yeah. You know what I said? I think I said this on. Did I say it last night? Or anyway, I said this recently, right? I think the one thing, if we're talking about how he can get better, right, or improve his game, I think the one thing that you can tell him as a manager or a coach right now that will instantly improve him overall as a player is to say, don't go in hard on the challenge when the player is out wide or like facing away from you. Like, listen,
I swear I heard you say if the player is not facing our goal.
Yeah, basically.
Like,
bro, if the player's on the edge of the box or like, facing our goal, whatever, take him out. I ain't got a problem with that yet. But like, the only thing I would tell him, just to sort of like, when the player's out wide or whatever, and he goes and just takes them out, I just say, just don't do that. Go over to him by all means. But then when you get over to him, just fucking jockey and put your hand on the back and just fucking chill there, because he gives a few fouls away out wide that I think are a bit unnecessary.
Yeah.
Centrally, what immediate danger, cool, no problem. But when he's out wide next to the fucking touch line and he just goes bang and takes him out, like, just chill on that one a little bit. But that's something that he should be able to implement into his game, like straight away, really, isn't it?
When you and Nobbins were talking the other day and you spoke about his red card for Uzbekistan, yeah, I went and watched it.
Did you see it, bro? Oh, have you seen it? Mad, isn't it? Bro, it's crazy. He's only had I think he's only had 2 red cards in his whole career,
Yeah.
But that red card for Uzbekistan was funny, mate. He just absolutely rinsed
cleans him out. Just fully fucking cleans him out. Nah, man, Khusanov, I love him to bits, man. Absolutely love him to bits. Right. Are you done with the super chats?
I think so, bro.
Right.
Yeah. Big up for the super chat. Big up Aaron as well for the 5 bomb. Yeah, we're done. Yeah.
So do you feel like maybe one of the issues at City this season, and this is where I feel maybe it's hindered us a bit, right, is that if you think over the years we've had Pep and we've had Tiki, who are best mates, grew up together, played for Barcelona together. They know each other, yeah? And like the fact that Tiki was at the club before Pep, getting shit ready for Pep. He knew exactly what Pep needed for when Pep got there.
Yep.
He's left and we've brought in Viana, yeah? A manager who, what's his role? Sporting director that doesn't know Pep the way Tiki knows him. And maybe there is an element of has been told, you know what, we need to open Pep's eyes to maybe trying some different things a little bit. And then you look at the fact that Pep's coaches around him have always been similar to him as far. Usually a lot of his assistants and coaches around him are ex-Barcelona, that he's had around him for a lot of his career. Or even if you are bringing in other ones, there's still like Arteta, who ultimately, he still plays that Spanish style of football and whatever else, yeah. This year, we've got Pep Linders, completely different, right? So you've kind of got now, whereas previously it was everyone on the same page. Yes, this is how we play football. We've now got three people that all potentially have a different view on the best way to play football. And I just feel like some of the and that's where I think we've come unstuck a bit, that Pep's go-to in his head is to play a certain way, but I don't believe we have the players to play that style anymore so much. They are more like, and Semenyo I think is a really good example, that Pep's tried to play Semenyo at times in a certain way where it's like, bro, Semenyo is not that footballer. Like,
Yeah.
I get what, like, Semenyo for me is a Pep Linders style of footballer. Yeah. He's not a Pep Guardiola style of football. But because Pep's go-to is, right, I want to play my style of football, but with Pep Linders style of players, and that doesn't work. Sometimes it does, but I just feel like those three need to get on the same page. There needs to be a way. And do you know what? It probably will click at some point, and then it'll be phenomenal because it will be a mixture of all three. But I don't know, man. I feel like that has hindered us a bit this season. And the natural thing is to say, oh, it's Pep. But it's like, it's also the players that he's got. He's used to being able to go, yeah, I want to play this style of football, and I've got, whether it be...
Yeah, so my view on that is, I think it's a very good point. And I think there's some truth into it, 100%. I think that when you've got Pep Guardiola or you've got a manager that wants to play that style of football, tiki-taka, possession-based, intricate football, right? You need techie ballers. Yeah, you need techie ballers. Now, that doesn't mean that you can't have the odd player here or there who's not really a techie baller, but has some other good function, like a Semenyo, really good in front of goal, will get you output, shit on the ball, right? I think the problem is, again, with everything, it's the balance. You've got Haaland, who's not a techie baller. His job is to put the ball in the back of the net. Cool, we all accept that. That's his job. That's his role.
But then the madness is that is his job. But no one can, like, you're blind if you haven't seen that when Semenyo arrived, Haaland's role has changed. Yeah.
But this is what I'm saying. So you can get away with it with one or two. So we get away with it with Haaland, right? In previous years, in the treble year, because you had Mahrez, Bernardo, even Grealish, Gundogan, Kevin De Bruyne, Foden, Rodri.
So
They're all techie ballers, right? So you get away with it. And Haaland thrives off that because his job then is easy. You put him through on goal, he scores. I think since the treble year, we've sort of dropped the techie play. The techie players have gone down and we've gone too much. So we had Alvarez, great player, probably is more technical. He is more technical than the other players, but we was playing him out of position. That doesn't really help Haaland. We've then got we've got Doku, who's a little bit different. Yeah, and again, he's not really creating loads of chances for Haaland, although he does create a few. He's probably like in the middle. Then you've got Marmoush, who just is anti-Haaland compatibility, in my opinion. Marmoush is not that type of player. He's not got a great touch on him. He's not going to be a creative player. And now you've thrown Semenyo into the mix as well. And this comes back to the super chat that Omar said before, is you've got to play Cherki. Because if you've got players like, if you're playing Haaland, Semenyo, them two players are terrible on the ball. I'm not cooking them, not saying anything bad about them. They're both good players in their own rights at doing what they do, which is put the ball in the back of the net. They're both shit on the ball. Let's just say it how it is, yeah? So you need to have players in the team that are able to keep the ball and create for them. And too many times this season, I think we've seen starting 11s from Pep Guardiola that's been defense, midfield, and then just shooters. And there's been nothing in between to sort of bridge the gap. And I think that's why, because I do think Marmoush will probably leave this summer. When Marmoush leaves this summer, if he leaves, we need to make sure that we're replacing him with somebody that is more of a technically gifted player. You've got Semenyo, you've got your shooter, that can be that guy. Let's go out into the market, whether it's a winger, whether it's an attacking mid, whatever it is. Let's go and get a player that's technically gifted. I think you are right. I think you're right.
It's like there's been some games where I'm actually seeing Haaland's job almost seems to be to fucking feed Marmoush and Semenyo. And I'm thinking, no. This is totally wrong. How the fuck is Haaland now becoming the guy that's feeding other people? And it's unfortunate. Like with Marmoush, I like Marmoush. I want him to be a success. But if we're being completely one and works his arse off for the team, his press is absolutely phenomenal. But you're spot on. We can't have Haaland, Marmoush, and Semenyo. All of a sudden, we've got three shooters. And if we're being honest, Semenyo currently is right. If I said to you, Marmoush is through on goal, Semenyo is through on goal, who are you putting your money on?
Not Marmoush. Semenyo.
So who's got to go?
Probably Marmoush. The problem with Marmoush is, right, is the thing is with Semenyo, he can play on the wing. He played on the wing at the weekend, had a good game, right? Marmoush for me is either a striker or second striker. And the problem that he's got is he's not going to get rid of Haaland. As shit as he might be at the moment, that people are cooking Haaland, forget it. He's not going to replace Haaland. And Cherki's better in the second striker, 10 position. And so's Foden when Foden's on it, if he ever gets back on it. Marmoush is not a winger. Yeah, he's not a winger. So he's limited. Probably. So he's limited by game time. So I like Marmoush. I say that all the time, bro. I actually like Marmoush, and I actually feel really sorry for the guy. Like the way that he's always been treated, and the lack of minutes, and always been subbed the first guy to be subbed off, getting subbed on with a minute to go, shit like that. I actually feel really sorry for him.
Kind of games, and I do feel like playing through the mid, like when for me, I started off this season saying, no, we can play Marmoush out wide. It's fine. We can play him. No, you can't. For me, he has to be playing through the middle. All right, I have one other question for you. I'm trying to remember it now. It'll come back to me.
Yeah, you know what I've got. I've been thinking about on this whole techie ballers thing. Yeah, I seen some guy on Twitter yesterday. And he's made me think and question my decisions, right, and my opinions. And it's about this Elliot Anderson versus Adam Wharton thing, right?
Yeah.
And I've been very much on the Elliot Anderson hype train, right? Because I think he's good technically, but he's very physical, can get around the pitch. And I seen some guy. He actually wasn't a City fan either. Funny enough, he was actually a Chelsea fan, and he tweeted. And someone retweeted it, so it come up on my feed, and he said, watching City against Arsenal has proved to him, this is his tweet basically, paraphrasing, has proved to me that the best way to be elite in this league at the moment is not to go for the physical side, is to go all out technical. And when you've got Pep Guardiola, it's now starting to make me think, maybe you should go Wharton and just go all out tech and just try and out technical teams. And now I'm stuck because I've been at Elliot Anderson all season. And I've been saying this to myself. We need to out tech teams. We need to out tech teams. And now I'm starting to think, well, if we try to out tech teams, we try to get the most technically gifted players on the pitch. Why would you not get Wharton?
I think that goes back to what I said, that like while Pep is at the football club, it's great to have another way of playing, right, with the balls over the top and whatever. But first and foremost, you can only play the balls over the top and counter-attacking football if the other team ultimately play a style that allows you to do that. If the team sits in two banks of five, then you can't play the counter-attacking football because they're in two banks of five. And then if you haven't got the technical ballers, you can't break the two banks of five down. And City often come up against two banks of five. And I think that's where we've struggled, that's where Pep is going, right, okay, we'll revert back to my style of football. Sorry, I need to take this call. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, no worries, bro. Someone says Wharton hype. No, it's just got me thinking about it, chat, because guys, you all know that I've been on this Elliot Anderson thing all season, yeah. And I still think Elliot Anderson's mint. And Elliot Anderson is a good technically gifted player. But I feel like I'm contradicting myself. Chat, you know what I mean? On one hand, I'm saying we need to double down on technical ballers. We've got Pep Guardiola. Don't go physical, go technical. And then you're looking at one of the most technical, gifted English players we've seen in the last generation, Adam Wharton, and you're turning your nose at him. So I feel like, you know what I feel like? I feel like I'm confused. I don't know where to go. Should we go for more of a Elliot Anderson, physical player, but still has a bit of tech about him? Or do you go, no, we are doubling down on the technically gifted players, the Whartons of the world, the Cherkis of the world? Yeah? Foden, if he gets back at it. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm confused.
I feel like our squad is a little bit confused at the moment as well. I think our squad, our styles of play, but look at his first season. I've just realised what it was I was going to ask you. Right, what's your take here on so I'm going to let you know my take. The complete fucking overreaction of what Cherki did on Sunday.
To be honest with you, bro, I can't lie. Yeah, I've not seen this overreaction. To be honest with you, I've not really been going on Twitter that much. Is it on Twitter
No,
that you've seen it?
it's on TalkSport.
I,
I
no,
don't
I,
really
oh
go
no,
on Twitter.
no, sorry, I did see Alan Pardew moaning about it, but he's a
No,
fucking,
I've even had
he's
Noel
a
Gallagher.
dinosaur, man.
Noel Gallagher was on fucking TalkSport saying that he doesn't agree with, doing keepy ups during a game and whatever. Yeah, but it's like,
why? So do we not? Right. So let me ask you a question. Yeah. What about step overs? We like to do step overs because that's a skill move.
Right. So for me, right, if you go back, don't just watch a clip. Go and fucking watch what happens, yeah? A ball gets sprayed over to Cherki where he's in fucking miles of space by himself. It's at a height where he has to use his chest, yeah? Otherwise, the ball's going out of play. So he controls it. Now, basically, if you chest the ball and the ball is dropping, the best way is to bring it to a dead stop is to do a kind of almost like a keepy up, right? He does a couple of keepy ups. Now, even watch his eyes. While he's doing that, he's scanning the pitch, yeah, looking for what he's going to do next. There's for me, it's like any way to try and find a way to slander. It's like, but like you said, we're not allowed to do step overs now, eh? But I can't believe when Noel Gallagher came out and said, "Yeah, I'm not for that." I thought you're getting old, mate. Like because doing a couple of fucking keepy ups, like and. Look, he didn't try and do a rainbow flick over someone's head, yeah? He just brought the ball under control while scanning the pitch. It's literally what happened. It's mad, bro.
I don't understand why people are losing the shit, man. He literally done a couple of keepy uppies, man. Yeah. He's just having a bit of a laugh, man. Like, what we're doing here, bro? Like, honestly, I think you know what, bro? Like, football this season has been one of the worst seasons for entertainment ever. Ever. I've been watching La Liga football, bro. It's been that shit, yeah? Because La Liga's been a bit more techie. We finally get a guy in the league who's a bit flash, who's a bit like nice to watch, who puts a smile on your face, who people like watching. And straight away, the misery just rains down from the skies. He done 3 kick-ups.
But I honestly believe, right, like when people say he took the piss, if I'm being real with you, I don't think he did. I think the ball fucking got sprayed to him. He had plenty of time, knew there was no one anywhere near him, so brought the ball under control while also scanning the pitch, yeah? Just the way Cherki would if he was on the training pitch, if he was kicking ball with his mates fucking in the park. It's just, and I can imagine if he came off the pitch and someone said, fucking hell, mate, you're in trouble for that, he would be like, for what? I don't get it. What's happened? Yeah, I just think it's nothing. Like it's a footballer. Yeah, that's the way Cherki plays. He's not doing it to try and disrespect no one. It's just Cherki is that type of footballer. Like if I'm being real, I've got more of an issue of that assist where he did the Rabona. Yeah.
I've got no issue with anything.
Oh, no, I don't have an issue with that. I loved it. But I've got more of an issue with him deciding to put in a cross like that than I have him doing a couple of fucking keepy up to bring a ball under control. Like, it's just mad.
I have no issue with it at all. If Arsenal didn't like it, they should have fucking snapped him. Yeah. That's what I'd want. If I was an Arsenal fan, I'd say, don't let him fucking do that. Go snap him. And then it's even game, innit? He takes a piss out of you, you're on the floor. Hold that. Like that's what it should be. That's how football should be, man. But people these days, man, you know what they're like, man. It's what stale football.
Yeah, it is. This season's
I tell you what, though, mate. On Cherki, yeah, I think next season he is gonna fucking bang. I might check the odds. Yeah, I don't know if they're out yet. I might check the odds for next season PFA Player of the Year. I might send it for Cherki.
I think and you know what I love, because straight away people are saying, "Oh, Pep's not going to like that." You can see with Pep and Cherki, yeah, you can see like when he comes off, Pep knows what Cherki is about, and Pep has accepted what Cherki is about. Yeah. There's no like when people say he's not going to try and change him. I think Pep already knows I can't change him. This is a guy that will not change. Like, even did you see when the final whistle went and he ran and pushed?
Yeah.
You can see I compared it a bit to like Balotelli and Mancini. That it's just.
Yes, I see that. Yeah, I see that.
And I think next season Cherki's going to absolutely. But for me, like, I actually think that the formation at the weekend, that's probably how I think that's best City. For me, Doku, Haaland, Semenyo, but it has to have Cherki behind him. And the most important thing is Semenyo has to have Nunes bombing down that right-hand side as well.
Yes, agreed. I actually, it's funny you mentioned that about Nunes, because I said that a couple of months ago. I said I don't understand why Nunes isn't getting forward, and I assumed it was Pep Guardiola telling him to stay back. And then Pep came out after a game we played. I think he must have scored or got an assist. And Pep, after the game in the press conference, says, I don't know why Nunes doesn't go forward more. I always tell him to go forward more. So it is a Nunes thing, but I think it's a confidence thing with Nunes. I think if he's had a bad game or something, I feel like the next game he'll just be like, oh, you know what? I'm going to chill back a little bit. But I think we're miles better as a team when Nunes goes forward. And I tell you what as well, it helps the winger. Savio against Newcastle, brilliant. Next game, Real Madrid, he dropped Nunes. Terrible decision. Said it in the preview. Should have done it. He played Khusanov. Savio shit. Why? Because all of a sudden, Savio didn't have that overlapper to help him out. Well, so I think it helps the winger when Nunes plays.
And let me be real with you. That was something that really pissed me off with Pep, yeah? Not just the fact that he did that, right? But in a press conference, he lied, yeah? And I didn't like... Right, so basically, you're right. Was it against Newcastle? Savio played cooked, right?
Yeah.
But Nunes played, and that was the key to it, yeah? Savio was getting space because Nunes was box crashing. He was making them runs, doing a bit scrambling minds, people having to run with him and giving space. Savio. So then after the Real Madrid press conference, Pep came out and said, look, people now want to question why Savio started, but Savio had a good game against Newcastle, so I played him against Real Madrid thinking the same would happen, and it didn't. And I thought, you're lying here, Pep. You're making that, he said, because they were doubling up on Savio, so it didn't work. And I thought, no, Pep, tell the real reason why it didn't work, yeah? The real reason is not because they doubled up on Savio, it's because you changed the right back, yeah? You put in a right back in Khusanov that does not go forward and occupy the same space as Nunes does. So Pep, don't lie to us and tell us, oh, it's because they doubled up. It's because you made the decision to drop Nunes and put Khusanov in, and that completely changes how we play. Completely changes.
I thought that was a terrible decision. I said it in the preview, you shouldn't do it. But let me ask this question before we get out of here. Yeah, Big up Ariano says, where do you think his best position is going forward? I think personally, I think it's inside right. I think it's inside. Who played inside left against Arsenal? Because like in a perfect world, that could be Foden inside left, Cherki inside right. Who played on that inside? Because we had four players, didn't we, in the attack? Who was the inside left player?
So Doku, right? So what we were doing was on the left hand side, was Doku and O'Reilly were taking it in turns for one to go down and occupy down the wing and the other one to kind of come inside.
Got you.
And then we had Bernardo and Rodri kind of... See, the thing is, this is where I feel like, right, if you have Doku and you have Semenyo, Haaland, as long as you've got O'Reilly and you've got Nunes, you've got so much width there. You
need to have a width, 100%.
But with that width, you then have almost, you can give Cherki a bit of a free roll. Look, you're behind Haaland and you have a free roll to drift from the left to the right, wherever you want, because you're going to have Nunes helping out. You're going to have O'Reilly helping out. You're going to have Doku coming inside. And I think for me, it's almost like a bit of a free roll behind the striker.
Yeah, I think whether that's in the immediate future, i.e. next season, or whether it's a little bit later on when he's a bit more mature and he's got a little bit more experience, I agree. I think the end goal with Cherki is Kevin De Bruyne-esque, go where you want.
Yeah.
And you build a team that can compensate for Cherki's going to go where he wants because he's mint. Your job is Fernandinho's job, Rodri's job, Gundogan's job, whoever's job. Your job is to make sure that when he's in a position that is vulnerable to the team, you cover him. But he needs to go there because that's where he thinks he needs to go. Yes, I agree. Let's do these super chats. We'll get out of here, man. Big up to Pit Club. Yeah, I did see it, man. Did you see this clip of Karl
doing a flip?
Bro, right? Like, he's behind the advertising boards, yeah? And at the end of the game, he runs up to the boards, puts his hands over it, and then just backflips over the fucking board, bro. It's a mad video. If I see it, I'll send it you. I
I'm gonna
Pip, if
try
you've
and
got
find it.
Instagram, send it Daps on Instagram if you've got it. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. Did he fall? I don't think he fell over. I think he meant it. I don't think he did it. I don't think he fell
Real
over. I think
troll.
he meant it, bro. Because
It's
otherwise,
the
why is
fact
he
that-
running in? Why is he
it's the
running
fact-
there? If
It's
he,
the fact that it's Colo Torre though as well, because he's not a little lad, is he?
nah. I think he meant it, bro. I think he meant it because otherwise, if he didn't mean it, why is he running into the? Why is he running in there? Like, it don't make no sense if he didn't mean it.
Hold on, this
It's fully
might be it.
clip,
I
man.
think I've got no.
We got it, yeah.
Hold on, does he mean it or not? I don't know. It doesn't. Right,
Put it to the screen. Put it to the screen. Let me see if I can show me. Nah, he definitely means that. Otherwise, why is he running there?
The thing is, it's like he's leaning on it, but the techers of how he lands it.
Like, he must mean it. Otherwise, why is he doing that, bro? Nah, it's crazy, man. I'll be real. That's mad. Yeah,
That is mad, you know. I need a proper full. It's Pep kicking the fucking board. Pep Linden's there, like going, "Yeah, come on,
Yeah. Nah, that is wild, mate. Sweet. All right. Big up Omar says, I wouldn't get rid of Marmoush. Who starts if Haaland is injured or needs to be rested in the cups? Probably Semenyo.
More clinical through the middle, if we're being real.
Semenyo. The thing is, what you're saying there, though, is the reason why he'll leave. Because you basically are saying he's a backup striker and you don't want to be a backup. He wants to play week in, week out, which I understand. And I think he's right. I think he should be playing week in, week out because I think he's a good player. So what you're suggesting there, Omar, I don't think he'll want because he wants to play.
Yeah.
And we have Semenyo who can play as a striker, or you just play false nine with Cherki or something. So yeah, it's just one of them, bro. It's like, it's not that I want to get rid of him. I don't want to get rid of him. I like him, but I think he's just going to end up going. Anyway, listen, we'll get out of here, man. Big up to you guys. Smash the likes. Make sure you guys are subscribed. I'm actually on Never a Foul now anyway. So if you want to come over there, I don't know what we're talking about, but yeah, I'm on there with the boy. What are you up to today, bro? Anything?
I'm going to be on Never a Foul with you, and then I am going to... I'm going to put some content out at some point today because I need to get back on that. Yeah, and just, bro, enjoying having a fucking day off, to be honest with you. Chilling.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man.
Nah, big
I
up,
appreciate you having me on, and love to everyone. Smash the likes, man.
Yeah, smash the likes, and see you in the next one. Peace out, people. And if you've not done so already, go watch the stream I did with Amos and Hugh last night. It was good conversation, man. If you want to go and check that out, go watch that. Or we did that on the stream last night. Peace out.